What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Big Lou. Man, I know I haven't talked to you guys in about a month now. Took a little bit of time away. Actually was recovering from an injury. Switching over to my new program, into the bulk phase, the beginning of a bulk phase. So that's what this video is about. Bulking versus cutting and the benefits of both, and how, I like to do it. People always ask me how I do it because I know everybody, does it differently. First, I want to say, just because you're bulking does not mean a dirty bulk. It doesn't mean that you go out and now you're eating pizza and burgers and all that stuff now. It just means that you should be consuming more calories. Now, bulking isn't just, just consuming more calories. I always tell people, eat the way you eat and train the same. So when I'm bulking, I'm also doing more of a powerlifting regimen. I'm lifting heavier weights. I'm taking more time off to rest for recovery, because you need that. And I'm eating less frequent, but I'm eating larger meals. So I'll tell you guys what I like to do for both, for cutting and bulking. I do think it's beneficial to bulk in the wintertime. I don't like competing in the wintertime, or dieting in the wintertime. I don't want to say dieting, but reducing my calories in the wintertime. I notice a lot more joint injuries and aches and pains in my shoulders, my elbows, my knees, which hinder my performance. So I also like to, compete when it's warmer outside. It's easier for me to, trying out this new Galaxy Note 7 phone. If you're not down to it, man, drop that iPhone. You need to get the Galaxy Note 7. There's no phone out there even come close to touching it. So anyway, but yeah, so I like to train in like the way I eat. When I'm bulking, food wise, I'm also consuming more calories. I'm also lifting heavier weights, taking more time off to rest and recover, because you need more recovery time for that, versus when I'm cutting. Like I said, in the colder temperatures, if you're in an area that gets really, really cold in the wintertime, like I do in Pittsburgh, Steel City, it gets pretty cold up here. That can be really, really hard on your joints. So dieting and carrying less body fat, which you're gonna have less cushion in your joints, less fat in your joints, is really, really hard and really, really difficult on your body and taxing on your body. So I do like the bulk, but I start my bulk a little bit earlier than most people, usually the end of August, beginning of September. Usually with my little one. Yes, I have a 7-year-old daughter. When she starts school, that's when the process starts to increase the calories. And the reason why I say that is because, when you're cutting, your stomach tends to shrink a little bit. Also, the walls thicken of the stomach, other stomach acids. So I think that, to consume more calories, you have to be able to stretch that stomach back out, which needs to be a slow process. The opposite of what I do for a cut is what I need to do for my bulk. So as I cut, I reduce my calories about 500 calories a week, going into a cut. It allows my stomach to, decrease in size slowly, gradually, teach my body how to consume the volume of calories and vitamins and minerals and nutrients that I am going to be consuming, or not consuming for that matter. Also, less food to process. But when I'm bulking, also want to add in 500 calories per week. Now, the foods that I consume are very, very similar. Usually during a cut phase, I might do what you call a cheat meal. Start out, might do once every week, then I might go to once every 2 weeks, then it might be once a month. But when I'm bulking, it might be, twice a week. I might do a cheat meal. And all I mean by cheat meal is nothing. Sometimes, maybe depending on if it's a family event or something like that, it might be a little bit off the rails, but nothing too crazy. It just might be a really, really, really large calorie meal. It might, 7, 8, 900 calories. But it could still be healthy food. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, normally when I'm cutting, I might eat, 4 to 5 to 6 eggs during a breakfast or before bed. During a bulk phase, it's going to be a dozen. It's going to be 10 eggs to a dozen. And I mean, probably about half of those, 6 to 8 of them will be whole eggs, and the rest of them will be egg whites. During a cut, it might be one of those might be an actual whole egg, and the rest might be all egg whites, which I do the large brown eggs, the biggest eggs I can find. So basically, If you're lifting heavier weights, your body requires more calories. That's why it's beneficial to lift heavier during this time frame. And I don't believe in lifting super heavy or powerlifting regimen while on a cut, because you don't have the calories to recover. It requires calories to burn fat. It requires calories to put on muscle. It requires, calories to be able to do all of those, plus the cardio. That's a lot of calories. And 9 times out of 10, if you're cutting, you're not going to be able to do that. So, but when you're on a bulk, you need the extra calories to recover. You need the extra calories to have the energy for the power output during the gym. And you'll have that available by having the larger amount of calories. Also too, when I'm doing a cut, I also do intermediate fasting. So in the mornings, usually about 4 to 6 hours upon awakening, I might consume my vitamins, but I don't eat any calories. I might just have some tea or water until that 4 to 6 hours is over. That's really great for hormonal utilization, hormones of, burning fat, sexual hormones, growth hormones, things like that. Carbohydrates in the morning are detrimental to growth hormone. So even during a bulk, I don't eat carbs in the morning. But during my bulk phase, I consume high amount of calories. Like I said, it might be a dozen eggs for breakfast, a protein shake, an hour or two later, and maybe some trail mixes. I like to eat a lot of nuts, have healthy fats in the morning. Like I said, it helps your joints. I also up my fats tremendously as much as possible during a cut, because healthy fats, not saturated fats. Like I said, I need as much lubrication in my joints while I'm lifting these heavy weights. I started my first, powerlifting regimen, I guess say about a week ago. Started lifting heavy. This past Monday, I just did Micro Sheets chest marathon. I wanted to give it a try. I enjoyed it a lot. What you had to do was, flat bench press 225 pounds for 210 reps. I think he did it in about, the video said 23 minutes, but I think it was longer than that because I think it was edited. But I didn't have a spotter, so it took me about 43 minutes to 44 minutes to do it, but no problem. Doing it, I have a crazy sick pump. I feel stronger. I'm gonna see how, next week when I do my regular chest regimen, or maybe later on this week when I lift some real heavy weight, we'll see what I'm able to do. But as of recently, I was putting up a good, 365 for sets of 3. A little bit heavy. It was real heavy actually, but no aches or pains or nothing like that, and that's really what I'm looking for. Right now my calories are sitting at about 6,500 calories. Last time I checked, when I counted them yesterday. I'm going to up them even more, probably starting Sunday. Luckily, I have a girlfriend that likes to cook, and she knows I like to eat. So bulking is really not a problem. So I'll be able to take care of that. But like I said, what you do with your bulk versus your cut should be same guidelines, just the opposite, or literally the opposite. Like I said, as I'm cutting 500 calories a week until I stabilize. But when I'm bulking, I'm adding 500 calories a week until I stabilize, which will probably be around 10,000 calories a day, which is really hard. Currently, I'm sitting at about 218 pounds body weight. My body fat's still pretty low because my food is still clean. It's just high calories. I don't know what I'm going to bulk at. I might get up to 230. It all depends. We'll see. 230, 240. Who knows? But this was a question that I got emailed to me. What do I do on a bulk versus a cut? Also, too, they asked me about alcohol consumption. Now, during a cut, I'm not really trying to stay away from alcohol as much as possible. It is like a roadblock for your metabolism. But since my metabolism tends to stay high even when I start my bulk, I tend to add that in there. I do like wine. I'm not saying go out and get shit-faced or nothing like that, but a glass of wine with a meal, once or twice a week is something that I might do because I do enjoy wine, and it helps slow down my metabolism, so maybe to pack on some weight a little bit easier. But if you guys have any questions, leave comments in the link below. Check out the website 412stillcitymuscle.com. Check out my Instagram, Still City Muscle. Like I said, I'm trying to build a team. So if anybody's looking to join the team, if you're from Pittsburgh or if you just love the Still City, like I said, this is a positive page. Let's keep everything positive. Let's keep it moving. We actually want to expand the fitness community in Pittsburgh. Just let people know that, man, this is a place that we take it serious up here. There's a big fitness community up here that's just never even spoken for. So I want to take the helm at that, you know, and bring us out there. Look out for more videos to come. I'll try to put up a video of a workout soon. Like I said, I've been having struggles with gyms not allowing me to do so. It's not that I don't want to, because I want you guys to see that, you know, hey, you know, everything that this guy's saying, he's actually doing. So I do the workouts first before I even tell you guys. But like I said, follow my Instagram. You'll see a lot of great pictures up there. And I'm gonna start putting up pictures of anybody who wants to join Steel City Muscle. If you grab a shirt from the website, you know, take a pic, send it to me, and I'll be glad to give you a shout out. Let's help this fitness community grow. I hope everybody have a great week, and stay focused, you know, stay on your grind. You know, motivation comes from within, not from an outside source. So if I motivate you, great. If I impress you, great, but that's not the goal. The goal here is to, like, you know, share my story also, and to actually truly grow the fitness community from a genuine grassroots movement, and not give a damn what anybody else has to say about it, you know. Everybody have a blessed day. Take care. Holla at your boy.